everyone! Tonight our story is about a journey to tranquility, a gentle voyage that will carry you away from the demands of the day and into a realm of perfect peace. This is a story for grown-ups who have carried too much, worried too deeply, and forgotten how to simply be. Tonight we travel together to a place where time moves differently, where your shoulders can finally release their burden, and where sleep comes as naturally as breathing. Our journey begins in the quiet hours of evening, when the world outside your window starts to settle into its own rhythm of rest. You are here now in this moment, and nothing else requires your attention. The emails can wait. The tomorrow's tasks can wait. The endless list of responsibilities that usually crowd your mind, they too can wait. Tonight you belong only to yourself and to this gentle story that will guide you toward the deepest, most restorative sleep. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast meadow as twilight approaches. The grass beneath your feet is soft and cool, each blade catching the last golden rays of sunlight that filter through the air like liquid honey. This meadow stretches endlessly in all directions, a sea of gentle green that moves like water in the evening breeze. There are no paths here, no destinations to reach, no schedules to keep. There is only this moment, this breath, this feeling of space and freedom that you may have forgotten existed. The sky above you is beginning its nightly transformation, painted in soft pastels that seem to bleed into one another like watercolors on wet paper. Peach melts into lavender, lavender fades to deep purple, and purple gradually gives way to the first hints of starlight. The air is perfectly warm against your skin, carrying the sweet scent of wildflowers and the clean, fresh smell of growing things. You breathe deeply, perhaps for the first time in hours or days or weeks, and feel your chest expand with the simple pleasure of oxygen filling your lungs. As you stand in this meadow, you notice that you're not alone. Other travelers have found their way here, though they move with such quiet grace that they seem more like gentle spirits than ordinary people. They nod to you with understanding smiles, these fellow seekers of tranquility, and you realize that you're part of something larger than yourself, a community of souls who have chosen to step away from the noise of the world and into this sacred space of rest. You begin to walk, your feet sinking slightly into the soft earth with each step. The ground beneath you feels alive, warm and welcoming, as if the earth itself is offering you comfort. Your muscles, tight from the day's tensions, begin to loosen. With each slow, deliberate movement, your shoulders drop away from your ears, your jaw unclenches. The furrow between your brows smooths away like sand being leveled by a gentle tide. The meadow seems to know exactly where you need to go, though you're not consciously choosing your direction. Your feet find their own path, carrying you deeper into this landscape of peace. With each step, the concerns of your daily life feel lighter, as if they're being absorbed by the earth beneath your feet. The deadline that seemed so urgent this morning now feels distant and manageable. The conflict that kept you awake last night dissolves into the evening air like mist. The worry that has been your constant companion for weeks begins to fade, replaced by a growing sense of calm that rises up from somewhere deep within you. As you continue your gentle journey through the meadow, you come upon a small grove of trees. These are not ordinary trees, but ancient beings that seem to pulse with their own inner light. Their trunks are wide and welcoming, their bark smooth and warm to the touch. Their branches stretch high above you, creating a natural cathedral of green that filters the remaining daylight into dappled patterns that dance across the ground. The leaves rustle with the softest whisper, a sound so gentle it seems to carry words of comfort meant only for you. You choose one of these magnificent trees and settle against its trunk, feeling the solid strength of its support against your Back. The tree seems to welcome you, its bark conforming to your body's contours as if it has been waiting for you specifically. You close your eyes and feel the tree's deep, slow energy flowing into you, the patience of centuries, the wisdom of roots that reach deep into the earth, the quiet confidence of something that has weathered countless storms and still stands strong. In this sacred grove, time takes on a different quality. Minutes might be passing, or hours, or perhaps time itself has chosen to rest here with you. The distinction no longer matters. What matters is the feeling of being completely supported, completely safe, completely free to simply exist without needing to do anything at all. Your breathing naturally deepens and slows, matching the ancient rhythm of the tree at your back. In and out, in and out. Each breath carrying you deeper into a state of profound relaxation. The other travelers in the meadow have found their own resting places, some beneath other trees, some lying in the soft grass, some sitting by a small stream that you're just now becoming aware of. The sound of water flowing over smooth stones creates a natural lullaby, a gentle melody that seems to wash away any remaining tension from your body. The stream's voice is soft and constant, neither urgent nor demanding, just peacefully present. Like a friend who knows exactly when to speak and when to simply be. As the last light of day fades completely, the first stars begin to appear in the darkening sky. They emerge slowly, one by one, like shy creatures stepping into the light. Then more appear and more until the entire dome of heaven is scattered with points of silver light. But these stars are different from the ones you might glimpse in the city. These stars are close and bright and welcoming, as if they're shining specifically for you and the other peaceful travelers in this meadow. The ancient starlight seems to carry a special quality of peace, falling like gentle rain onto your skin and sinking into your very bones. Each ray of starlight dissolves another layer of stress, another accumulation of worry, another buildup of the mental and emotional debris that daily life tends to create. You feel yourself becoming lighter, cleaner, more yourself than you've been in a very long time. A soft breeze begins to stir through the grove, carrying with it the scent of night-blooming flowers and the cool promise of deep, restful sleep. The wind moves through the leaves above you with a sound like gentle applause, as if the trees themselves are celebrating your arrival in this place of tranquility. The breeze touches your face with fingers soft as silk, cooling your skin and carrying away the last traces of the day's heat and hurry. You realize as you sit in this place of perfect peace that you have everything you need. Not everything you want, perhaps, but everything you truly need. You have air to breathe, earth to support you, water to refresh you, and starlight to guide you. You have this moment complete and perfect in itself, asking nothing of you except your presence. You have the magnificent tree at your back, solid and patient and strong. You have the company of other seekers, fellow travelers who understand the precious value of this journey toward rest. Most importantly, you have yourself. Not the you that rushes through days and checks off tasks and worries about tomorrow, but the deeper you, the one who exists beneath all the doing and achieving and striving. The you who is worthy of rest simply because you exist. The you who deserves peace not because you've earned it, but because peace is your birthright as a human being who has done their best to navigate the complexity of being alive. In this grove of ancient trees, under this canopy of stars, beside this gentle stream, you begin to understand something that perhaps you've forgotten in the bustle of your daily life. You understand that you are not your worries. You are not your to-do lists. You are not your mistakes or your successes, your achievements or your failures. You are something deeper and more constant than any of these temporary conditions. You are the aware presence that observes all these things, the peaceful consciousness that remains steady regardless of what storms might rage in the external world. This awareness brings with it a profound sense of relief. If you are not your problems, then your problems cannot truly harm the essential you. If you are not your worries, then your worries cannot disturb your deepest peace. If you are not your endless list of responsibilities, then you can set them aside for now and simply be. This isn't about avoiding your life or pretending your challenges don't exist. It's about remembering that beneath all the complexity and chaos, there is a place of unshakable calm that you can always return to. As this understanding settles into your bones, you feel your body relaxing even more deeply. Your arms become heavy and comfortable at your sides. Your legs release their tension, sinking into the soft earth. Your neck and shoulders let go completely. Supported by the ancient tree that has become your backrest and guardian. Your face softens, the muscles around your eyes and mouth releasing their grip on expressions of concern or concentration. The stream continues its gentle song, the leaves whisper their soft secrets, and the stars pulse with their ancient light. All of these natural sounds and sensations begin to weave together into a symphony of tranquility that seems designed specifically to lull you into the deepest possible state of rest. Your breathing becomes so slow and deep that it feels like you're breathing with the earth itself, part of the great rhythm that connects all living things. Other travelers in the meadow have begun to settle into their own journeys toward sleep. Some are already lying down in the soft grass, their breathing slow and peaceful. Others sit in meditation, their faces serene in the starlight. A few continue their gentle walking, but even their movement has taken on a dreamlike quality, as if they're floating rather than walking, carried by the evening breeze itself. You feel yourself beginning to merge with this peaceful community, this gathering of souls who have chosen rest over restlessness, peace over productivity, being over doing. There's something profoundly comforting about being part of this gentle fellowship, knowing that you're not alone in your need for tranquility, not alone in your journey toward deeper rest. The temperature is perfect now, cool enough to be refreshing, warm enough to be comfortable. The air itself seems to embrace you, holding you in a cocoon, a perfectly regulated climate that requires nothing from you except the simple act of breathing, in and out. Each breath carrying you deeper into a state of profound relaxation, deeper into the embrace of this magical place where time moves differently and peace is not just possible but inevitable. As you continue to rest against your tree, you notice that the bark beneath your back seems to pulse gently with its own life force. This isn't alarming or strange, it's comforting, like being held by something infinitely patient and wise. The tree's energy flows into you, carrying with it the deep stability that comes from being rooted in the earth, the flexibility that comes from dancing with countless winds, and the endurance that comes from surviving season after season of change. You realize that you too have this capacity for rootedness, flexibility, and endurance. You too can weather the storms that come your way. You too can bend without breaking, can remain fundamentally stable even when circumstances shift and change. This knowledge settles into your heart like a warm light, illuminating truths about yourself that you may have forgotten in the rush of daily concerns. The night deepens around you, and with it comes an even greater sense of peace. The meadow has fully transformed into a landscape of dreams where the ordinary rules of time and space seem to bend and flow like water. The grass beneath your feet glows with its own gentle luminescence, as if each blade is lit from within by starlight. The trees pulse with their ancient wisdom, their leaves whispering secrets that your conscious mind cannot quite grasp, but your deeper self understands perfectly. This is the end of the first part of your journey to tranquility. You have traveled from the world of doing into the realm of being, from the landscape of worry into the territory of peace. You have found your place in this meadow of rest, your tree of support, your community of fellow travelers. You have remembered who you are beneath all the roles you play and responsibilities you carry. As this first part of your journey comes to a close, you feel yourself suspended between waking and sleeping, between the conscious and the unconscious, between the world you left behind and the realm of dreams that awaits you. You are perfectly balanced on this threshold, held safely by the earth beneath you, the tree behind you, and the stars above you. You are ready now for the next phase of your journey, ready to go even deeper into the landscape of tranquility that awaits you. Rest here for now in this perfect moment between day and night, between tension and peace, between the world of doing and the world of being. Let your breathing deepen even further. Let your body sink even more completely into the embrace of the earth. Let your mind release its grip on the concerns that brought you here, knowing that they will wait patiently for your return, and that you will meet them tomorrow with renewed strength and clarity. The journey continues, but for now, simply rest, simply breathe, simply be. You are safe, you are supported, you are exactly where you need to be. The path to tranquility stretches on ahead of you, promising even deeper peace, even more profound rest, even greater freedom from the burdens you've been carrying. For now, though, this is enough. This moment is enough. You are enough. Rest in. This knowing as the first part of your journey gently comes to a close, preparing you for the deeper adventures and tranquility that await you in the parts of the story yet to come. As you rest against your ancient tree, feeling the pulse of its ancient wisdom flowing through you, you become aware of a subtle shift in the atmosphere around you. The night air carries a new scent, the clean, fresh smell of water deeper, and more mysterious than the gentle stream that has been singing its lullaby nearby. You open your eyes slowly, reluctantly leaving the perfect peace you found, and notice that the landscape around you has begun to transform once again. The meadow, still soft and welcoming beneath your feet, now slopes gently downward toward what appears to be a vast lake that stretches beyond the horizon. The water's surface is perfectly still, like a mirror made of liquid starlight, reflecting the infinite canopy of stars above with such clarity that it becomes impossible to tell where the sky ends and the water begins. You are suspended between two star-filled infinities, held in a moment of perfect balance between earth and sky, between the solid and the fluid, between the known and the mysterious. The other travelers in the meadow have noticed this transformation. Too, some have already begun to move toward the water's edge, drawn by the same inexplicable pull that you feel stirring in your own heart. Their movements are slow and dreamlike, as if they're walking through honey or moving underwater themselves. There's no urgency in their pace, no destination they need to reach by any particular time. They simply move toward the water because it calls to them, because it promises something even deeper than what they've already found. You feel yourself drawn to follow them, not because you must, but because some deeper part of you recognizes that this lake represents the next stage of your journey toward perfect tranquility. You rise from your resting place against the tree, your body moving with surprising lightness and grace. The tension and heaviness that you carried into this place seem to have been completely absorbed by the earth and the ancient tree, leaving you feeling buoyant and free. As you walk toward the water, each step brings a deeper sense of peace. The grass beneath your feet seems to glow more brightly with each footfall, as if your movement is somehow activating its inner light. The air around you shimmers with an almost musical quality, as if the atmosphere itself is singing a song just below the range of human hearing. You can feel this cosmic melody in your bones, in your blood, in the rhythm of your heartbeat that has slowed to match the profound peace of this place. The shoreline, when you reach it, is unlike any you've ever seen. Instead of sand or rocks, the edge of the lake is formed by smooth, warm stones that seem to pulse with their own inner light. Each stone is perfectly placed, as if arranged by some cosmic architect who understood exactly what would be most comfortable for travelers like yourself. The stones are warm to the touch, heated by some internal source that has nothing to do with the sun, and they seem to conform to your body as you sit upon them, providing perfect support for whatever position feels most natural. You settle yourself. At the water's edge, your feet dangling just above the surface of the lake. The water is so clear and still that you can see straight down into its depths, though instead of a bottom, you see only more stars, as if the lake extends infinitely downward into another universe of light and peace. The water itself seems to be made of liquid tranquility, a substance that exists somewhere between water and light, between the physical and the spiritual. Other travelers have arranged themselves along the shoreline, some sitting as you are, others lying back on the warm stones to gaze up at the stars. One or two have waded into the shallow water, and you notice that their movements create no ripples, no disturbance in the perfect mirror of the lake's surface. It's as if the water welcomes them completely, accepting their presence without any resistance or displacement. As you sit beside this magical body of water, you feel a profound sense of homecoming. This is not a place you remember visiting before, yet it feels more familiar than your own bedroom, more comfortable than your favorite chair. This is the place your soul's been searching for, perhaps for your entire life, a place where you can finally, completely, utterly relax, where you can let go of every mask you wear, every role you play, every expectation you carry, and simply be the pure essence of who you are. The water begins to call to you, not with words or sounds, but with a gentle tugging in your heart, a whisper in your soul that suggests you might like to experience its embrace. You slide your feet into the water, and the sensation is unlike anything you've ever felt. The water is perfectly warm, not hot and not cool, but exactly the temperature of complete comfort. It feels like liquid silk against your skin, like melted starlight, like the physical manifestation of peace itself. As your feet sink into the water, you feel a profound sense of cleansing begin. Not just the washing away of physical dirt or sweat, but the gentle dissolution of psychic residue, the accumulated stress, worry, and mental debris that you've been carrying like invisible weight. The water seems to know exactly what needs to be released, exactly what burdens you're ready to let go of, and it works with infinite patience and gentleness to help you free yourself from these unnecessary loads. You wade deeper into the lake, and with each step you feel lighter, cleaner, more yourself. The water rises around your legs, then your waist, then your chest, and still you feel no sense of cold or discomfort. Instead, you feel increasingly supported, increasingly held, as if the water itself is alive and benevolent, a conscious presence that exists solely to provide comfort and healing to travelers like yourself. When the water reaches your shoulders, you allow yourself to lean back and float. The moment you surrender your weight to the water, something extraordinary happens. You don't sink or struggle or feel any sense of panic. Instead, you are held. as perfectly as if you were lying on the most comfortable bed imaginable. The water supports you completely, asking nothing of you except that you allow yourself to be supported. Floating in this lake of liquid tranquility, you gaze up at the infinite tapestry of stars above. But now something even more magical begins to happen. The stars seem to be moving not in the chaotic dance of falling stars, but in a slow, deliberate pattern that creates moving pictures in the sky. Constellations shift and flow, telling stories without words, showing wisdom without language. The entire dome of heaven becomes a living mandala, a cosmic kaleidoscope that speaks directly to your soul. You realize that you are not just floating in water, but suspended in a living meditation, a cosmic prayer that includes every star in the sky, every drop of water in the lake, every breath you take. You are part of something vast and beautiful and eternal, connected to every other soul who has ever sought peace, who has ever yearned for rest, who has ever needed to remember that they are more than their worries, more than their problems, more than their fears. The water begins to work its magic even more deeply. As you float, you feel old patterns of tension dissolving from your muscles. Knots that have been tight for years simply melt away. Your jaw, which you didn't even realize was clenched, relaxes completely. Your shoulders, which have been carrying the weight of the world, finally drop into perfect alignment. Your entire body becomes fluid and relaxed, as if you're made of the same peaceful substance as the water that holds you. But the healing goes deeper than just physical relaxation. Emotional knots begin to loosen as well. Hurts that you've been carrying for years feel less sharp, less urgent. Regrets that have been playing on endless loop in your mind quiet down to a whisper, then fade to silence. Fears about the future lose their grip on your imagination. All of these emotional burdens don't disappear entirely. They simply become lighter, more manageable, less likely to overwhelm you. You find yourself thinking of people you love, and the thoughts come without the usual complications of worry, or guilt or obligation. You simply love them purely and peacefully, sending them waves of good wishes without any need to fix or change or help them. You think of challenges you're facing, and they appear in your mind like puzzles to be solved, rather than disasters to be survived. You think of your life, and instead of seeing a chaotic collection of responsibilities and problems, you see a beautiful tapestry, complex and meaningful and worthy of appreciation. Other travelers float nearby, each in their own private communion with the cosmic waters. Some float in silence, others murmur soft words of gratitude or wonder. A few have begun to sing, their voices blending into a harmony that seems to emerge from the water itself. The song has no words, only pure sound. That carries the essence of peace, of healing, of profound contentment. You find yourself humming along not because you know the melody, but because it arises naturally from the deepest part of your being. Your voice joins with the others, creating a choir of souls who have found their way to this place of ultimate tranquility. The sound rises from the water, drifts across the lake, and seems to merge with the music of the spheres, the cosmic symphony that plays continuously in the background of existence. As you continue to float in this magical lake, you become aware that the water is not just holding your body, but cradling your entire being. Every cell in your body feels bathed in liquid peace. Every thought in your mind feels gently washed. Queen, every emotion in your heart feels perfectly balanced and harmonious. You are being held by something far greater than water. You are being held by the fundamental loving presence that underlies all existence. Time continues to flow differently. Here, minutes might have passed, or hours, or perhaps you've slipped outside of time altogether. It doesn't matter. What matters is the profound sense of restoration that continues to deepen with each breath, each heartbeat, each moment of floating in this cosmic embrace. You are being remade from the inside out, not into someone different, but into the truest version of yourself, the self that exists beneath all the accumulated layers of stress and worry and doubt. The stars above continue their slow dance, and you realize that you're dancing with them, that your gentle floating is part of the same cosmic choreography that moves the planets in their orbits and the galaxies in their spiral arms. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe becoming aware of itself, the cosmos experiencing its own beauty through your eyes. Your heart, your peaceful presence floating in this lake of liquid starlight. As this realization settles into your consciousness, you feel a shift beginning to occur. The water around you starts to shimmer with an even more ethereal quality, as if it's preparing to transform once again. The lake that has been your sanctuary is preparing to become something even more wonderful, something that will carry you deeper still into the realm of perfect tranquility. You sense that the next phase of your journey is about to begin, but you feel no urgency, no anxiety about leaving this peaceful floating state. You know that whatever comes next will be exactly what you need, exactly what your soul is ready for. You trust the process completely, trust the wisdom of this magical place that has already given you so much healing and peace. The water begins to glow more brightly, and you feel yourself being gently lifted, not out of the water, but by the water itself, as if you're being carried by liquid light toward whatever beautiful destination awaits you. The other travelers are experiencing the same gentle elevation, all of you rising together like a constellation of peaceful souls, supported by the loving presence that manifests as this cosmic lake. You close your eyes and surrender completely to this magical transportation, knowing that you're safe, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The journey to tranquility continues, carrying you deeper into mystery, deeper into peace, deeper into the infinite ocean of rest that exists at the heart of all existence. As the second part of your journey reaches its gentle conclusion, you float suspended between water and air, between sleep and waking, between the world you knew and the realm of dreams that calls to you. You are perfectly balanced, perfectly peaceful, perfectly prepared for whatever wonders await you in the final part of your journey to tranquility. The liquid light that has been carrying you grows brighter and more luminous, and you feel yourself being gently transported through dimensions of peace you never knew existed. The magical lake begins to transform around you, its waters becoming lighter than air, lifting you effortlessly into a realm that exists somewhere between dreams and reality, between the physical world and the infinite spaces of the soul. As you rise, supported by this luminous substance that is part water, part light, part pure loving presence, you find yourself approaching what appears to be a floating garden suspended in space. This is not a garden bound by the laws of ordinary reality, but a living mandala of peace that exists in the eternal now, outside of time, beyond the reach of worry or fear or any disturbance whatsoever. The garden extends in all directions, an infinite tapestry of the most beautiful plants and flowers you could ever imagine. But these are not ordinary flowers. They seem to be made of crystallized peace, each petal catching and reflecting the gentle light that emanates from everywhere and nowhere. Some flowers pulse with soft colors that have no names, hues that speak directly to your soul without needing to be processed by your eyes. Others seem to sing in frequencies that you feel rather than hear, melodies that resonate in your bones and make your heart swell with inexplicable joy. The liquid light sets you down gently on a path that appears to be made of compressed starlight, firm enough to support you, yet soft enough to feel like walking on clouds. Your feet touch this celestial pathway, and immediately you feel a deep sense of coming home. This is the place your soul has been seeking through every meditation, every prayer, every moment when you've paused to breathe deeply and wish for peace. Other travelers materialize around you, each one glowing with their own inner light, their faces serene and radiant with the deep peace they found. Some are walking slowly along the starlit paths, others are resting in groves of luminous trees, and still others are lying in meadows of flowers that seem to cradle them like the most comfortable bed imaginable. All of them move with the fluid grace of those who have released every burden, every tension, every need to be anywhere other than exactly where they are. You begin to walk along the path, and with each step, you feel yourself becoming more and more transparent, more and more light. The boundaries between yourself and the garden begin to blur. You are not separate from the flowers, you are part of their blooming. You are not separate from the light, you are contributing to its radiance. You are not separate from the peace, you are peace itself, embodied and aware and eternally present. The path leads you to a grove of trees unlike any you've ever seen. These trees seem to be made of solidified tranquility, their trunks smooth and pearl-like, their branches extending gracefully upward to support leaves that shimmer with every color of serenity. Beneath these trees are the most inviting resting places, natural seats and beds formed from the living light itself, each one perfectly contoured to provide absolute comfort to whoever chooses to rest there. You select a spot beneath one of these magnificent trees, and as you settle into the luminous cushion that forms itself around you, you feel the final layers of any remaining tension dissolve completely. Your body becomes weightless, supported not by physical matter, but by the very essence of peace itself. You are being held by love, by comfort, by the deepest possible state of rest and restoration. From this perfect resting place, you can see the entire garden spread out around you. Streams of liquid light flow between the flowers, carrying with them the gentle sounds of cosmic laughter and celestial music. Bridges of rainbow light span these streams, connecting different areas of the garden in an intricate web of beauty and harmony. Everything is connected, everything is in perfect balance. Everything is exactly as it should be. You realize that this garden is not just a place you're visiting. It's a representation of your own inner landscape when it's completely at peace. Every flower represents a moment of joy in your life. Every stream represents the flow of love and connection that moves through your relationships. Every tree represents the strength and stability that exists within you, even when you can't feel it in your daily life. This garden is your own peaceful nature, revealed and made manifest in this realm of pure tranquility. As you rest in this sacred space, you become aware of a presence approaching. Not a person exactly, but a being of pure light and love that radiates such profound peace that you feel your entire being relax even more deeply just from its proximity. This being settles near you, not speaking but somehow communicating directly with your soul, sharing wisdom that bypasses your mind and enters directly into your heart. The presence seems to be saying without words that you are already perfect, already whole, already everything you need to be. Your struggles, your worries, your sense of not being enough, these are like clouds passing across the sun of your true nature. They are temporary, they are not who you are, and they have no power to diminish the brilliant light that is your essence. You feel this truth settling into every cell of your body, every corner of your consciousness. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are not your problems or your failures or your imperfections. You are the peaceful awareness that witnesses all of these things but is never diminished by them. You are the sky, not the weather. You are the ocean, not the waves. You are the light, not the shadows that sometimes pass across it. This understanding brings with it a profound sense of relief that seems to bubble up from the very depths of your being. You feel laughter beginning to form in your chest, not the laughter of amusement, but the laughter of recognition, of remembering something you had forgotten, of coming home to yourself after a long journey through confusion and doubt. The luminous being beside you seems to smile, though it has no face in any conventional sense. Its entire presence radiates joy and approval and deep, abiding love. You realize that this being is not separate from you, it is the part of you that has never been touched by worry, never been diminished by fear, never been convinced that you are anything less than magnificent. Around you, the garden continues to pulse with life and light. The flowers sway in breezes that carry the scent of every beautiful thing you've ever experienced. The streams gurgle with the music of pure contentment. The trees rustle with the sound of ancient wisdom being shared. And through it all, you rest in perfect peace, perfect safety, perfect love. Time has no meaning here. You might have been in this garden for moments or for centuries. Both possibilities feel equally true and equally irrelevant. What matters is the profound rest that continues to deepen with each breath, the complete relaxation that seems to reach into dimensions of your being you never knew existed. You are being restored not just for the night, but for all the challenges and joys that await you in your waking life. The presence beside you begins to fade. But as it does, you realize it's not leaving. It's merging with you, becoming part of your permanent awareness. You will carry this peace with you when you return to your daily life. You will remember this garden when you need to find your center. You will be able to access this profound rest whenever you choose to return to this place in your memory and your heart. As the presence integrates completely with your being, you feel yourself beginning to sink into the luminous cushion that supports you. But instead of feeling like you're falling, you feel like you're being embraced by the most comfortable, most loving, most perfectly supportive bed in existence. The garden around you begins to take on the quality of a dream, beautiful and meaningful, but no longer requiring your active attention. Your breathing becomes so slow and deep that it matches the rhythm of the cosmos itself. Your heartbeat slows to match the pulse of the stars. Your consciousness begins to merge with the infinite peace that surrounds you, that fills you, that you are. You are becoming one with the garden, one with the light, one with the eternal tranquility that is your true nature. The last thing you're aware of is the feeling of being completely, utterly, perfectly loved. Not loved for what you do or what you achieve or how well you perform, but loved for the simple fact of your existence. You are a unique and precious expression of the cosmic consciousness, and your presence in the universe is a gift that could never be replaced or replicated. With this knowledge filling your heart, you allow yourself to drift into the deepest, most restorative sleep imaginable. You sleep the sleep of the truly peaceful, the sleep of those who know they are safe, the sleep of those who have remembered their true nature. You sleep surrounded by infinite love, infinite peace, infinite support. And in this sleep, you are restored. Your body heals from the stresses of the day. Your mind releases its grip on worry and fear. Your heart opens to the love that is always available to you. Your spirit remembers its connection to the eternal source of peace that can never be taken away from you. You sleep, and in sleeping, you are reborn. You rest, and in resting, you are renewed. You surrender, and in surrendering, you are restored to your original wholeness. The journey to tranquility has brought you home to yourself, home to peace, home to the infinite love that is your birthright as a conscious being in this beautiful, mysterious universe. Sleep now, dear traveler. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully. Sleep in the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be, exactly who you need to be, exactly as loved as you deserve to be. The garden of eternal rest holds you in its embrace. And you are safe, you are peaceful, you are home. Let your breathing slow even further. Let your body sink even deeper into this perfect rest. Let your mind release its final thoughts into the luminous peace that surrounds you. And sleep. Sleep deeply, sleep well. Sleep in the perfect tranquility you have earned through your journey to this place of ultimate peace. The story's complete, but the peace continues. Rest now in the garden of eternal tranquility where you are always welcome, always loved, always perfectly at peace.